the Winter Wonderland in here, isn't it? If you're going for a full clear fire temple, starting down here is slightly more efficient than doing the chest to the left of the boss door. In this room, you can slam your hammer down. If you know how to quick spin, I would recommend that. Otherwise, power crouch setting will also work pretty well. And then just kill any straggler geese that didn't come and attack you. Now in here, there's a skull we're gonna get. We do need to be quick. Because that like is gonna move during the skull collection cutscene. And if you're too slow, you're gonna get eaten. Now, this is one of the only fights in the game where you want to have Master Sword over Big Goron's sword. Don't ask me why the Flare Dancer has Ganon's damage table. You have to ask Nintendo that. But yeah, this is one of only 2 enemies in the game that takes more damage from Master Sword than Big Goron's sword. Come up to here during the death cutscene and then push up. You can climb ledges during these cutscenes. We're also gonna make use of that later on in the dungeon. Yeah, grab your chest. Come out here. Slam that switch. Then be on your way. Let the Goron figure. Let the Goron leave on his own. There's no need to talk to them. In fact, you'd want to avoid talking to any Gorons, as I'll show what happens on this next one. You can peek this chest before you open the cage, see if it's worth it. If you accidentally talk to a Goron, you have to watch this cutscene of him leaving. Time loss. So, if by this point you have the boss key, go fight Volvagia now. As you're basically at the door, so might as well go over and fight. Let me show a trick to get over here without hover boots or needing to hammer the pillar down. So this wall. So you target this and then turn right. Side hop left to get as left as possible. And we're gonna push up and we're gonna roll immediately. And then with the extra speed boost from the roll, it's just enough for Link to grab the ledge. And then before we move on, let me show these chests off. Or not chests. Show these pots off. 10 bomb drops and 2 fairies, so this is a very good stash to know about, especially if you need bombs or if you're low on health. You can bottle a fairy and if you die, then the timer will just reset and all that happens is just lose the fairy. So what happens is you're just gonna tank the dungeon with the fairy. I would also recommend bottling a fairy if you're new to the game and don't have a Goron tunic. Since you do need to be fairly fast to beat the heat timer. Yeah, fairy's just a little bit of insurance against being too slow and dying to the heat timer. Yeah, come in here and we could, as with any Goron cage, we can peek it before we open the door. And as usual, we'll avoid speaking to the Gorons. There is a skull above us, but it's a little on the slow side, so if you're doing a 10 skull seed, I would skip doing this. Oh, it moves, so I'm gonna need to reset this. I'm doing a trick to skip having to move the Saga time block. So side hop 3 times left, backflip twice, side hop right, A and up. The alternative is you just play Song of Time and this block will move downward and you can get up. And this door. Hopefully I can do this quickly. Oh, no. Tiles are gonna get in the way. White leg's coming. Yeah, I'm getting... I was a little too slow there, and now I'm getting bullied by tiles, so I'm just gonna come up here. Grab it that way. But if you're fast enough, you can grab the skull before the tiles come and attack you. And just come and ruin your day. So next up, this wall. Be target and side hop right twice. This will set up a backwalk to get to the other side of the room. Basically a perfect line to avoid all the obstacles. Throw a bomb up here since there's a door behind it. And peek this chest. Since it's just a brown chest, I'm not interested in that. Another thing to note, if you have the boss key now, I would recommend saving and quitting and going to fight Volvagia now, as the next check in the dungeon is very, very, very far away. So yeah, if you don't have the boss key, come to the right for this room. Side hop right twice. Get your hookshot out and aim up at the chain link fence. And then before you get to the top, just tap right once. Turn left, side hop right. That is a setup to avoid aggroing the keys. Because if they do wake up, then they could potentially knock you off the block while you're going up. Then you have to reclimb the fence and then have to deal with the keys again. Just becomes a mess if the keys are awake. So this chest. This is a chest later in the dungeon where you bomb a floor and drop down. So keep this chest content in mind for later. And see if it's anything of interest or if you can skip it. Now come over here. The way you would do it in vanilla is you would push this block, you push it down into this section, or like this face thing. Yeah, I guess it's a face. And you would climb the block, climb the fence, and that's how you would get up there. Excuse me, Slug. Slug, do you mind? Trying to do a guy here. So the quicker way of doing this is we do a ground jump. And we ground jump up the block. Throw a bomb over here. This will save a bit of time over the vanilla method. Although if you don't have a bomb bag, then you will have to push the block down. There is also an itemless method, but if you don't have a strength or a bomb bag, I would not recommend going up. Or if you have F-Win, you could just leave it in here. Like, the itemless, it's very, very niche tech. And it's, like, itemless block room, it's not easy. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend a beginner to try doing it. Yes, you could get stuck there for several minutes. So you'll notice with this maze room, we're gonna start right, hit the switch, and no matter what this chest this is, we want to open this because we need to use this jail cell to peek this one. You can see the contents ahead of time. And if this chest is big, you could get on it, hover, to get up to the maze early. But only if it's a big chest. I can't do it with a small. So if you see something important in like this chest, or if you saw something in a shortcut chest, you could come up here and just do these checks early. So my boulders are gonna be, these are gonna be mistimed because I was explaining things. But yeah, if you're quick, then you'll be on a good cycle to just avoid all the boulders. There's a skull behind this wall. Blow it up. And grab it. Preferably don't bonk on the wall. Then to the left of the skull, there's another Goron in here. And as usual, peek the contents before you open the door. And then when we come out, we're gonna go straight ahead. And then there's a door on the right that we're gonna go through. So before I do this room, I'm gonna show something quick off. Oh no, I fell down. It's not end of the world if this happens, because come over to this block and get crushed. You're gonna void out, and you'll come back up. So if you ever do fall down this room, just void yourself out, and you'll come straight back up. So this eye switch, this is what opens this door. And if you don't have a small key available, you will need to shoot that and open the door to get to that chest. I'm going to show another route to also get it. So we're going to go through this door instead. If you have a Goron tunic, you can just walk on the lava and just take a few hits of damage. So while we're running through here, we're going to peek the contents of that chest. That's the chest that's behind the eye door switch. Now come in here. And now get your F-wind out. We're gonna set it in this room. We're gonna be using this spot a bunch. So hopefully you have a bunch of magic. And then go to the left, and now let's jump down and get this chest. And now we're gonna use our F-wind and warp back immediately. If you don't have fours, then you just go through the door in that room and you just redo the firewall chase room. This room. I'll show a bit of a trick you can do. So if you time the cast of your fours wind, you can actually drop down while the cutscene is playing. It's a slight time save. Hey, time save's a time save. Open this, get your chest, and then warp back up. Or if you don't have F1, just go back the way you came and climb up. So now the last chest in this room. Like, it doesn't matter if you have Kokiri boots, then just jump over these platforms. Or if you have hover boots, I would recommend using those. Come over here, grab this chest. And only do this if you like peeked a good chest. So if you peek like a brown chest here or shortcut room, skip doing these. We're gonna cast F-wind again. So yeah, you can really get a lot of use out of the F-wind in Fire Temple. With Free Scarecrow, just pull out your ocarina and aim to your left. Then hookshot across. Yeah, you can get up here. And then once it gets that high, you can jump off just to save like milliseconds. Then there is a skull on the way to the next chest, so kill that, grab it. And then the last skull in the dungeon. is to the left when you enter this room. So this chest, we're on a timer. You don't have to use the hook shot. You can come over here, go to the outside, and come in. And that's enough. That'll be enough time to get over here, as long as you can time your rolls decent. Like, doesn't need to be perfect. Like, it can be far from perfect. You'll have enough time. So after you get this chest, Z target this door. This is gonna line us up perfectly to get down to this room. Here, then we go through this door, and we're gonna go back into firewall room. So now this time we want to go for the door up there. So jump from that chain link floor. Then I don't know why this room exists. All it is a straight line with nothing. So this room, if you don't have Song of Time, but you do have hover boots, I would recommend hovering over here. If I could actually do it. I didn't get enough speed there. I would recommend hovering over here. Like, knock that pillar down while you're in here. I'll show off what this switch does and where this door leads. Yeah, come over here. And then this is the highest Goron chest. You can come over here and you can peek the contents. And you can just jump slash. You can jump slash the hammer through the switch. Like this block, it does not do a good job at all at guarding the chest. Like even a crouch stab would work. But yeah, the main way to do it would be jump slash. Like these methods, they can work. Like, this job does a horrible job at doing it. This block does a horrible job at doing this doing its job. Apparently I can't words today. Then like jump down. I'm gonna show off. However, I'm gonna go back to here and I'm gonna show off. Yeah, if you have our boots, I would recommend coming back over here. So let's restart from here. If we do have Song of Time. There's a door on the right with a chest in it. Come back out. Now we're gonna do a trick to skip having to do the left side of the maze. Z target this, turn left, backwalk. This gets us past the firewall. So if you were doing this route, you would Song of Time here, which will bring the block down. And you just hit this switch to open the gate. Grab your chest. And yeah, just to mention it, you can peek this before playing Song of Time. So now back out to here. We're gonna do the same thing to skip that firewall. So do the same. Okay, with a little better positioning. There we go. And then over here you can take damage and then backflip through the fire. If you're not comfortable doing that, that switch over there, that will open this, or it'll make this firewall go away for a little bit. Then from the switch you would go left and then straight to avoid all the firewalls. That's a fake door. Don't try to open it, otherwise you'll get crushed by it. And now second flare dancer of the dungeon. So yeah, jump slash your hammer and then crouch stab the wall and then crouch stab him. Same as we did in the bottom flare dancer. So while he's dying, grab the ledge and then climb up, as we can raise the elevator during the door opening cutscene. Drop a bomb here, and then we're gonna make use of climbing during cutscenes to get to the top here. And then this room. We're gonna have to walk like a tightrope. I don't know if tightrope's really the right word for it, but it kind of feels like a tightrope section. So this switch, which will open this chest. So yeah, be sure not to fall off here. The path gets very thin. Grab your chest. So yeah, if you are up here, side hop right. This will take you back to this door here. So if you don't have either hover boots or Song of Time, you will have to go to the top, then drop down to get to this chest. This jump is a bit finicky. Sometimes Link just doesn't feel like grabbing the ledge. I'm not sure why that happens, but it just sometimes does. Yeah, like here, Link only barely got the ledge. So then if this is important, you jump down. And you would probably just save and quit from here, as getting out without Song of Time would very much be a pain. But yeah, if you do have the equipment, you can just ride this down. And this will take you back to right before Volvagia's door. It's also the intended way to get to here is to knock the pillar down. Or logically, you can also use hover boots to get over here. But it's either you need to be able to knock the pillar down, or you need hover boots to reach Volvagia's door. So pausing real quick, I'm gonna use a save state just in case I screw this up. We're not gonna fight Volvagia the intended way. So that lava hole that I'm standing in front of, we're gonna bomb the bottom left of it, as she has a hidden hitbox there. So we're gonna skip doing the intended way. Yeah, as soon as you have control, drop a bomb, hammer, and then 2, 3, 4, hammer, 5, 6, 7, hammer, and then jump slasher. If you have Big Goron Sword, you only need to do 5. You only need to hit her 5 times with the bombs. But yeah, that rhythm I was doing, that will also deal with troll holes, which is where she pops up in the hole that you're trying to bomb. You do have to be careful not to hit her, like when she's stunned, otherwise she'll start flying around the room. You have to start dealing with that part of the fight. But yeah, with good timing with the bombs. Oh, and also I should also mention, don't... Hold on, where's... Yeah, like here, like don't like do this and bomb it too quickly. Otherwise she will start flying around if she gets too low on health. So yeah, if you were to do this and like go hit her, then she would start flying around instead of popping out of holes. Which, if she starts flying around, then you cannot do the quick kill anymore. This hitbox will disappear. But yeah, after Volvagia is dead, grab your bomb chew, go into the warp.